Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and we'll be working our way through Tyranny of Dragons. And we're just waiting for that live now alert. Excellent.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe we're playing Captain Reboot.
We might do that sometimes, but hopefully not. You know, I haven't hit that wrong button in a while yet. But
Yeah.
hello, everybody. Welcome to 20 Side Story. We are a group of people who get together and play games and have fun. Do please feel free to join us. Best way to do that is to hop into the Discord. You can also follow along on Twitch and on the YouTubes, where we have an incredibly huge and ever-growing backlog of games that we've played together. We got a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons. We got some Call of Cthulhu. We got some DCC. We've got some games. Excuse me, I apparently have the alert noise for Cheers very loud. like,
Oh, Ed's watching.
like ear-shakingly loud. um, I don't know how to turn that down right now, so I apologize, stream, if that came through a little loud. And thank you all for the cheers and the stuffs. We are going to be down a couple of players tonight because some of them are up in the mountains. I think both of them are up in the mountains or mountains, different areas, where internet is not easily available.
It's a
Uh,
shame show died like in the first 10 seconds off stream.
First
I
10 seconds off stream.
yeah.
No,
Those D12s.
those
Yeah.
characters are currently on their way to Waterdeep to fetch some equipment and catch up with their good friends. Um, the other party members, those who are still with us here, Chiquito, Yaz, and Rob Oakes, are heading off to a meeting with the Red Wizards of Thay. An invitation was sent a few weeks ago that was passed along to them. The Thayans would like to speak with representatives of Waterdeep, specifically those who have knowledge of what's been going on. And since the party seems to keep bumping into those rebel red wizards, they would very much like an exchange of information. Uh, the party has been informed that it's unlikely that any formal alliance between the Thayans and Waterdeep would be possible. Thayans, led by the Lich Lord Saz Tam, uh, isn't a real big fan of allying with, the living, or recognizing that they have nations. Waterdeep, similarly, not real big on aligning with the undead. So this is basically a low-key exchange of information and resources that has the semi-approval of the powers that be. The representative that has been sent along to the party is Nee Ilmic. And Nee is a young woman, Red Wizard of Thay, who is able to cast a teleportation circle to bring the party to the Thayan meeting place. Um, we're going to give the party a little bit of time to do any research, make any phone calls that they might want, or ask questions about Thay and the politics and such things before we throw them into the meeting. But that's kind of where we're headed. The last few things I can remember happening would be the party has defeated. It's Dracolich, the last of the troublesome folk from that dragon hatchery that they dealt with so long ago. They dispatched a Red Wizard of Thay at that point, along with several kobolds. Um, yeah, I think that's about where we are. Anything else that I should be thinking about, party, as we start to get ready to kick off here?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
They do this thing.
Right, and we have a hype train going. And I'm just scrolling up real quick just to make sure nobody threw anything wandering in the chat here. So far, I don't see anything thrown in there.
Do it. Now's the time. There's only 3 of us.
There's only 3 of them. You could take them all out here. As we kick off, Chiquito, Yaz, Rob Oakes, what might you be doing to get ready? What questions might you be asking from your various contacts before you journey with the Thayan Wizard. And
Can
everybody has been bought a reroll by Alex, so please
Thanks,
update your
Alex.
post-it notes.
Wow. Thanks, Alex.
Cool.
Thanks, Alex.
This is an expensive reroll, though. It'll only get you 3 this time. Normally, it gets you 5.
Oh
Oh, and
yeah.
the DM got a reroll. The DM actually had 1 set aside on his post-it note earlier, so the DM has
All
2.
of that fairness going on.
Yep. Thank you
Totally
much,
fair.
chat.
Hmm.
Well, Rob, are you sure? I'm pretty sure there's more than just red. I mean, they have to have multiple colors, right? I mean,
Oh no. I don't know if that's true. No. See, they I don't know why red, but they've seemed to really lean into that color scheme. So like I think all the wizards in Fae wear red. Now the question but I don't I mean we should ask somebody because I have a question too. Like and I have a question for the DM first as I'm looking at my sheet. Did we long rest?
You have a long rest, so you may recover
Oh,
all your spell slots and hit points.
thank you.
Alright.
that's good.
I was gonna say things weren't good for Rob.
They might have been worse for
Chiquito.
Chiquito. I think Chiquito was around
Chiquito's gonna-
12.
Yeah,
Chiquita was
It's
a
gonna
bad
beat
way.
up towards the end. Everything's
All
okay
those
now.
sweet spell slots are back. I burned a lot of spells last game. Okay. All right. Is everybody in Thay a wizard? And then we could follow it up with and are they all red?
How about
And,
we
and does that have anything to do with dragons?
That's
Like,
what I was thinking.
How about we
Like,
fire that start off with everybody give me what you would like to focus on, your specialty. I would think things that would apply an arcana, perhaps a history, perhaps a religion. Let's see what the party might know in general.
Arcana, religion, and what was the other one?
Arcana, religion,
Religion and
history,
history.
maybe even a performance or persuasion if you're starting to talk about, what etiquette there might be. Kind of give me an idea as to what areas you're going to be heading up as you start to do your research here.
I
Well, folks.
might.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Oh no, my specialty is deception and intimidation. Apparently. Which,
Uh,
The best
Well,
possible combination for an open discourse between nations.
yep.
it's the bleh. I mean, it does a lot of talking for you.
bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but I could do persuasion. Like, I'm not bad at persuasion, but it's not like my best. But I can like help with like that etiquette sort of thing as well. Unless I can argue, I could fake it till I make it.
Persuasion is kind of my jam. It's
Yeah.
my number one skill.
Yeah, I know it's like you're definitely better at it.
But I have that jack of all trades sort of thing going, so I have a lot of skills that are.
Right. I'm either, if we're not doing perception or insight, then
Oops, sorry.
then probably arcana or religion
Okay.
would be what I'll do.
Is it to find out things, or is it as we prepare to talk to them that we're thinking
This
about
is
this?
just to see which areas
To
you would have done
discover?
your best prep work on. So like
Mm.
it's prep work time. What are you leaning into? What part of your backgrounds are you looking at to say, hey, this is where we want to focus in?
Chiquito, you're kind of, I mean, not kind of, like you're the wisest person I know.
No.
But like maybe getting like some thoughts about what's going on with them. Maybe you could have some insight or perceive things that were going on with them.
Well, I could
That-
probably just from what
that-
I find, maybe researching. Then maybe I could use my insight to better help it. I don't know, but either
Okay.
way, I guess maybe I'm gonna go ahead and give a poop to myself,
Mhm.
and I guess I'll start this puppy off with a religion check.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Oh, let's do that
Excellent.
boop anyway.
So that gets us a
Nice.
good start. And so let's kind of start off with the theories of Thay. Thay is currently led by a supreme leader, a lich known as Sis Tam. He has a council of advisors known as the Zulkers, who are also liches. Uh, Really, if you want to be at the top tier, you have to be a spellcaster of such power and skill that you can become a lich. So it kind of all flows down from there, and their religion echoes that. There's nothing wrong with being undead in their religion. They don't really recognize gods aside from their lich king. They've sort of moved religion out and replaced it with, an arcane hierarchy there. And that's really the way of things. Is everyone a wizard? No. There are slaves, there are servants, there are people who are just unfortunately unskilled with magics, but they're never going to go far, and they may end up fueling spells and other effects.
That was Rob's question. Was what if you're not a wizard? Say,
Yeah, what if you're not a wizard? What angle would you look at that one from?
I
Would you
was thinking about history. Well, go.
history? Go ahead, give me a history on that one.
Rob's been around. He picks up stories.
Sure. So you have been around, you have picked up stories, and you know that the slave traders from do brisk business with the folks in um, Thay, and it's not a great life. Now, they are very particular about their titles and about their ranks. Maybe not quite so much their families, but their structure. So they don't, you know, have egregious violations of a citizen's rights, but it's very easy to stop being a citizen there. There's lots of ways to break the law. There's lots of ways to fall out of the protection of their arcane society.
Okay. All right. Not Rob's kind of place. So Rob might lean a little into performance on this and
Sure.
not necessarily deception, but trying to, you know.
Now, Yaz, you had mentioned deception, intimidation, and throwing maybe another couple of options out there. For deception, my thought there would be you might be looking into what you might want to hide. Intimidation, you might be looking for what you might want to brag about, or another
Mm.
aspect or angle. What kind of research or what kind of feel would you like to get before you head out that way?
I suppose first off would be to make sure that we are not upsetting our host. So I guess what I would want to hide, or what we would want to not, you know, not really throw out there. What
Sure,
to hide.
sure. So go ahead and give me a deception check there. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
You do kind of start going over and with Chiquito's feedback about the religion, Rob's ideas and insights into the history, you're able to structure up that you really want to downplay or mask um, any predilection or bias that you might have against necromancy. Now, Yaz, in your case, that may not be a concern at all.
What are you talking about?
But that's basically it. And that may be one of the reasons that the Leosin and Waterdeep thought that your group would be so good, especially with Anrin and Sho not being overly honest about certain topics, is that you have a little bit of flexibility there. But yes, you definitely want to avoid anything that condemns their way of life. They're very proud of it, or their way of existence,
On
if
life.
not life. You may also want to avoid the term unlife. It's sort of, degrading, I guess.
Mm.
So a lot
Would
of the
I
things of that
would
nature.
I would I know of like proper ways to like like as like we would probably know as like unlife, undead. Like, is there like a preferred like thing to show respect in that? Like, since that's something they see as kind of like up there, is there like a term that is more respectful for them?
Uh, between all of you, you do know it's very uh regimented. They
Mhm.
prefer title and name. You identify the person's level of society and then their name and keep it at that level of formality. The life, undeath, etc. question kind of is the same issue that there is with Chiquito. Is Chiquito alive? Is Chiquito a construct? Is Chiquito an undead? It's it's a touchy spot, and that might be a person to person kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So stick to titles and names.
Maybe stick to titles and names.
I've got the notebook ready.
The notebook ready. And so, the party is currently at their lovely castle in the middle of the Mere of Dead Men. Any other preparations that you would like to do? Anything else that you would like to check in on before Ni shows up to whisk you away?
Mm,
Maybe we just let someone know where we're going.
yeah.
We're leaving.
You know,
Snapjaw!
it's fair. Yes, Snapjaw. I'll talk maybe with Leo's and then.
Sure. You check in with the Leosin. Leosin is happy to hear that you're undertaking, yet another service for the Harpers and for Waterdeep. Um, he echoes much the same information that you gathered, though his is more of an enthusiastic, mess. Just check here and see if there's anything else. Nope, he's basically got it there. Um, he does let you know that a warrant, a certificate, has been prepared, letting the Thanes know who you are and that you are speaking for the council. But of course, any decisions must be, ratified by the council. Similar, but not quite as official as what they presented to the Dragon Council. Um, Dress
Would
protectively, Leosin says.
protectively? What?
Yes.
Why protectively? I just wear my clothes.
Oh,
Should I be concerned?
they have weather. Um, Volcanic weather.
Oh, I should be. I mean, that still burns, but at least it's not cold.
Oh, yes, no. Not cold. No, all the
Okay.
snow is basically ash.
Ah.
Oh, that seems nice. Oh.
I understand it favors their vampires.
Oh, sure. Blocking the sun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's been some decades since that volcano stopped throwing clouds of ash into the sky.
So expect necromancers, vampires,
Liches.
liches.
All manner of the undead, I'm guessing.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Oh my gosh.
probably don't bring any holy water.
Oh, I'm
Fair.
fine. Okay.
No, that's cool. I'm just wondering, like, is there like leash laws and stuff, like for like ghouls and like other rather mindless undead that just sort of, you know?
Um, they're yeah, sort of yes. I mean, they don't
Okay.
like things untidy there.
Okay. Gotcha.
And you'll be escorted by a representative if they. I'd be very surprised if you had trouble with any of the hordes.
Sure. Good to hear. All right.
Damn. I thought we were gonna go. Oh yeah. Hey, you still here?
Oh, sure, yes. Hello.
All right. See ya. Bye, Kerplunk.
What? Blur. I'm drowning. No, wait, that's not how these work.
Blurb.
Well,
Bloop, bloop.
damn. I didn't expect all this. Oh well.
Well, hell.
We'll see. I guess we'll just see. We'll see. We'll see. I guess I don't know.
That's how I feel.
Well, let's go to Thay.
Is it too late to look into what we should boast about ourselves?
Oh, sure. It's not too late. You can go ahead and roll a little intimidation there if you like.
Might as well.
Ooh,
That's good.
it's not bad at all. Big things in the society are, of course, magical prowess,
Mhm.
knowledge of the arcane, necromantic skills. So really anything that you can do to show yourself as being, a top tier spellcaster that deploys their magics not necessarily wisely, but to the end that they have chosen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like you are effective in the field that you have chosen.
Yes, that whatever the thing is that you have decided is important to do, you do it well.
Okay. Pandering to an ocean sword, I do it well.
There, yep, that. Also that.
I'm good at begging.
There
I won't tell him
are
that.
there are positions available for lackeys and what's it, sycophants?
We need
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
before we get in here, we're gonna need a code word. Maybe if we gotta just get out. What's a code word?
Tango.
I'm done with that.
What is it?
Tango.
Tango.
That works.
Tango.
That works just fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. I just that was the first thing that popped into my
Nah,
mind.
tango's good. Tango's good. I could come up with. I really love to tango. Okay, then.
I really hope this tan goes away.
Oh man.
Smooth like glass.
You're green. No, it's a tan.
Oh no.
Excuse me while I use the bathroom.
What's wrong there? What's wrong there, Rob?
Oh no, we're gonna do great. I feel like we're gonna do really, really well here. This seems like a diplomatic mission we were well suited for.
This is gonna
Uh,
be good. Maybe we should do more research for sure. We said that we're gonna do this. Oh well, here we go.
Our goal is just to see if they'll help, not build an alliance, but if they will open up like a second front kind of thing.
Yeah, and to
More
get some information too.
an exchange of information, really, at this point.
Okay.
So it's limited resources, exchange of information. Waterdeep, they're not real comfortable with having hordes of undead march across the Sword Coast.
Right.
So, maybe a teensy tiny little strike force of wizards would be nice. Not the armies of the Lich King.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we gotta find out.
Understood.
And we gotta find out maybe a little bit more about maybe to help us out with this this blue mask, right? Where there might be some. If you remember correctly, there might be a wizard that might be trying to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure can.
And that castle was that castle within like the Wizards of Thay territory, or is
No,
that somewhere?
so Zonthal's Tower is it's actually it's sort of a little less than a third of the way from Waterdeep to the borders of Thay. So it is
okay.
it is inland off the Sword Coast, but is still part of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
The Red Wizards may have some information about Zonthal, so you may be able to ask a little bit of information
Zonthal.
about them.
Zonthal.
Zonthal of
Aye.
Zonthal's Tower, of the Zonthals.
Yeah. I knew the way you know about a good melon. All right. Sorry. I thought we were doing a Harry Met Sally thing there for a second.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess let's get to getting while the getting's good.
Get to getting while the getting's good. And so, Ni introduces herself. Oh, I am a wizard of the second level of the Red Wizards of Thay.
Mhm.
I am here to be your guide, and if you are ready, we will depart for Thay. We will be traveling by a teleportation circle. Please keep your arms and legs inside the circle at all times, and please do not attempt to open any extra dimensional spaces. Once we arrive, you may cause a rift in reality. The exits are here, 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 everywhere. And
Where's our bag of holding? I'm just looking to see if I have some snacks for the trip. I'd like
Do we have a bag of holding?
No, I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either.
I don't believe the party has acquired any extra dimensional spaces that may be of concern. But with that, Nia incants. Things go kerfoof, and you find yourself somewhere else.
Oh.
No.
Welcome to somewhere else.
Hello, somewhere else.
Oh,
Ah.
These people look friendly.
Ah.
Yes.
some of them do.
I think we'll be okay. They
yeah,
seem
that's
look,
right.
they got pillows.
They do
Everywhere.
have pillows.
They don't have a nose. I don't have a nose. Everything's good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. Nia, once the transportation sickness clears, leads you down a short hallway, through a pair of double doors, down a short flight of steps, to a rather sumptuous chamber. It smells ever so faintly of incense, and the room is almost entirely silent. You can hear your own heartbeat, you can hear your own breathing, and the scuffing of your feet upon the floor. There's just this faintest whisper of music being played very softly. Uh, the reason, perhaps, that everything is so silent is there's only the four of you breathing. Everyone
Yeah.
else is not. They do not move if they do not choose to. They do not blink unless it is for dramatic effect, and breathing is just excessive. Uh, Almost always tell when they're going to talk to you as they take a moment to inhale. In the center of
Well,
the room,
that's
go ahead.
super creepy and an excellent description of sitting in with the undead.
Mhm.
Like, I am feeling it.
Mhm.
It is all in there. Sitting in the center of room, on a pile of cushions, uh, directly in the center of one of the cushions, with no real lean to the side, as if adopting it for comfort, more for dramatic effect, is a woman. Ni introduces her as you approach. Allow me to introduce Tharkin Exceldra Yeth. The woman rises, slightly inclines her head. Welcome to my chambers. Please seat yourself and be comfortable. Francesca will fetch you anything you desire: food, drink, or companionship. The young woman moves over to you. She has a flush of life to her. She looks very much alive, but doesn't seem to be breathing.
Huh?
Moves over towards you,
All
and you
this
are
seems
led in.
super normal. I
Thank
Nih
you.
moves off to the side. There's four main clusters of cushions in the center, as well as the off to the side. The woman seems to be making effort not to guide you to a particular cushion, but to see which ones you would prefer to sit at.
Oh man, I want a blue one. Take the blue one.
I'll sit next to Rob.
I'll sit right here, not on a cushion, but on the floor.
I'll make some for you, Chiquita.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, happy. No, take a load off, Chiquito.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Thank you.
Load up, Chiquito.
everything you do is echoingly loud in this room.
Yeah. Ah, there we go. Oh, ouch. Oh. I think I got a branch. I think I got a branch starting to sprout on my backside. Uh-oh.
You want me to check that out for you later, or because right
Yeah,
now seems
it's
like a bad
very,
time.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might, I might sit down on this pillow here.
All right,
Okay. I'll cushion it. Yeah, we got to take care of that later, Rob. Sorry.
all right. No, that's all right. I'll get my pruning shears.
All right, good.
All right.
Yeah, it's just kind of like face forward, just kind of like, do I react? Do I not react? I really want to react.
And yes, as you're trying not to react, you realize that there are pairs of eyeballs focused on you, though many of the undead have not turned from where they must have been having a conversation earlier. They've just rotated their eyes around till it's really pointing out of the side of the corner of their eye to look at you.
Oh.
That is something. Okay.
Eseldra,
Thank-
good.
I was just going to say thank you for having us.
Appreciate that you've visited to accept our message. Are you quite settled?
You know what? If it's okay, I think I might just stand. Yeah, I'm going to stand. Sorry. There we go. Okay. I'm good. Sorry. Really uncomfortable, Rob. I'm sorry. We were going to have to take care of this sooner than later.
No, I'm we're on it. We'll take care of it. Yeah.
All right.
Good thing. But yeah, I'm gonna stand with Chiquito. I just get up.
And
Now I feel weird.
there's no real obvious facial tick. There's no flush of color, no sign of annoyance. Though, were her fangs that long a second ago?
Mm,
Eseldra begins speaking. She says, "We find ourselves bound in common cause against common enemies. Those who sought to destroy us in ages past now seek to destroy you. Our thirst for vengeance is strong, as is your thirst for continued life. Our enemy has become your enemy. We know their weaknesses and the ways of destroying them forever, without destroying their usefulness. You have the opportunity to discover their hiding places in your struggle against their cult allies. Together, we can remove them as a threat to us both. Our agent, will return with you to your city of Waterdeep. There, she can serve as liaison to your council, if you feel that advantageous. What you learn of the enemy, she will relay to us by means of our own. You need only find the enemy. We will deal with them, as is our custom. I am authorized by our eternal master, Sith Tam, to say these things, for I act in his name."
everything I heard you say is true. Um, to the best of my knowledge, anyway. I don't know that I knew about your earlier struggles, but your thirst for vengeance rings true to me. Our thirst for wanting to continue to live, also true. How we work together, I guess, if we're going to bring somebody back with us and ask that they sit on the council, is there any sort of knowledge you can impart now as a show of good faith of things that we could be doing that that we haven't tried, kind of thing? Rob would say that much better than Paul did.
Sure. I got where you were going there. could I get? Let's start that one off with an investigation.
Oh man, bonuses on.
Pretty
Not
good.
bad.
Iseldra looks at you all and says, I understand. Thirst for knowledge as well. There are some things that we can share. We have knowledge of the summonings that would be required to call forth a being of such power from the hells as Tiamat may represent. Francesca there. She gestures to where the woman is moving about, offering you food, drink, anything you might want. A demon of her ilk is a life, perhaps two. To raise something as sizable as the Queen of Dragons would take many, many lives.
Mm.
The first advice we would offer is to prevent the gathering of those lives. If the sacrifices can be denied, the spell may fail.
Okay. It seems wise.
That is a piece of information from us to you.
Do we, Casey? Do we think we have anything that would be useful to them as a show of good faith?
Uh,
They they're looking at us as to stop this without them having to come in and deal with it.
so
Um,
so they are not aware, at least you haven't told me that you've told them, of the message regarding Zonfal's tower. So that is a
okay.
thing you currently know that would be letting them know a location of potential enemies,
It's also a potential location of the Blue Dragon Mask, though, right?
potential location of the Blue Dragon Mask.
And do we? Oh, that's something we should have talked about before we came.
And kind of looking around the room and looking at these ageless creatures, you understand that you don't have to have this whole conversation right now. She has delivered
Right.
her message. You could break for a little while and have a conversation if you need it. That would not
Um,
be rude for you to ask for a, time to yourselves.
I guess I would couch it in a, trying to be very diplomatic. Of we really appreciate you sharing first. We have to consider what knowledge we think is even of use to you. When we came here, we figured you knew everything, but there's some things we could share. We have a minute to refresh ourselves, and God, I shouldn't have let off that way. Uh, Rob wouldn't have let off with the we're gonna talk about what we want to share with you. It would just
Sure.
he would have maybe gone into the we're gonna.
Chat for a second. Yeah.
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 I'm still
How,
acknowledging because I want to acknowledge that they went first.
sure.
Like they.
How about a persuasion check to act as the filter between player and character mouth?
Man, I rolled crap because I have a plus 13.
Still decent, but not your best work. This might be
Yeah.
an intimidating crowd that you're working
Intimidating.
with.
They aren't breathing and they're looking at me from the corner of their eyes without moving their heads, and I just teleported, and I'm not my best game.
It's fair. But Tharkan, Yseldra, I understand. You'll need time, and I have questions of a more personal nature that I wish to ask those to whom we may be working.
All right, that seems
Take
fair.
take some time, refresh yourself. Transport through teleportation can be disturbing to those not accustomed to it.
It's true.
And you will have this room to yourselves. Those doors over there, you may refresh yourselves. There is food and drink in the one on the right, and to the one on the left, provisions for your bodily needs.
Oh, nice.
Oh, bodily needs. Uh,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
no, I know, but
Oh.
I was being serious. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you think you have some maybe scissors or something I could use?
Pincheska can provide you with anything that you need.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Is there anything maybe scissors or something that I could use?
And like as you ask for scissors, she just sort of like reaches down slightly inside what's probably a pocket and comes out and offers you a pair of scissors. They smell
Oh.
slightly. I don't know if you can tell though.
I do not care. Thank you.
And with that,
Look back.
Iseldra, as well as the others, begin to move out. They exit through the same doors you came in. We'll move them off screen for a moment. You find yourselves alone. The room is very, very clean. There's no dust, there's no stray hairs, there's no signs of life that you did not bring in yourselves. Francesca stays about with you until you dismiss her.
Which I think we would do, right?
Sheepishly, Chiquita would pass the scissors back to Rob, and then look and be like,
I'll clip.
Thank you.
I will do a twig
Your dismiss.
anectomy.
Easy. Oh,
Here comes 1, 2, 3, clip.
you done?
It was clean break.
Whew. All right.
Oh, it's such
Feels good.
just a touching event when we have all these sappy scenes. And the party finds themselves in a rather nice room. There's food, there is drink. The music has left with the others.
Okay.
And what you doing?
Is it still incensey?
It's just a super faint incense, like someone carried an unlit block through at some point in the past day, and that was enough.
Yeah. All right. That actually is the perfect amount. All right, guys. So like, here's the question that probably should have talked about before we left. So we know the blue dragon mask.
Mm-hmm.
Rob stops. Rob's gonna review his spells quick. I do not have anything. Yeah, I do. Wait a minute, 1 second. Need to review. The spell, 9 creatures can fit. Spells and other atmospheres dry. Yeah, I don't know that it'll help, but I'm still gonna cast. I'm gonna take 10 minutes and cast Leomund's Tiny Hut ritually.
No problem.
Just as another layer of quiet magical. Unless they're gonna cast Scry in it, they shouldn't be able to necessarily hear in it.
Sure.
Although it doesn't block anything specifically, it's just another layer of magical effects can't get in it. So, although we're sitting in a magical place, so I don't know, but I'm just as another precaution so that we can talk.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make it completely translucent. I think I can.
You can change the opacity. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So after I get done casting it, here's the thing we didn't talk about. The blue dragon mask is in Nineveh's tower.
Zonthal's tower.
Xanthal's tower.
Mm-hmm.
And Xanthal is Thayan, right?
Zonthal is not Thayan. He lived towards the Sword Coast
Oh, I
Not
thought he
really
was Fey.
associated with anyone. He is not Thayan that I am aware of. I will double check
Okay,
myself.
just a wizard.
Just a wizard.
Okay. For some reason, I thought he was Thayan. It was part of the reason I thought we were coming out.
They may know just because he is arcane, but I do not believe he is Thayan in nature.
Okay, and Zonthal is the one that reached out to us, correct?
No, the one who reached out to you was
Iskander.
Iskander.
Okay.
Who is Thayan?
I was just
Right?
double checking because if we do decide to scry and just check up on things, I was probably gonna need his name since I can't do objects. I thought I
Got it.
could, but
Iskander, you're not sure whether he is Thayan or not.
All right.
Could be
So
one way or the other. He's a wizard associated with the cult, but he did not identify himself as having been Thayan in origin or not.
but we've seen at least 2 Thayan wizards now hanging out with the cult.
Absolutely.
All right. So the questions I want to ask them is are they aware of these Thayans hanging out with them?
Right.
If so,
right.
give them all the info we can. We killed both of them, right? Like, no, one of them's still running a boot. No, both of them are running a boot. We didn't kill a single. No, you killed one.
I'm
You
pretty
did.
sure,
You
yeah.
drowned one.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's still one. There's
No,
still
I
one.
got rid. I got rid of one.
yeah. You killed the one when you were a snake in the water, right?
No, I did lightning bolt.
So you have encountered at least 4 red wizards of Thay, at least 4
Oh,
Thayan wizards. 2 of which you knew by name, one of which that you know by name is still out and about, which I believe is Rath Modar. I will double check myself on that one though.
Okay. I have not taken good notes. So if so I think we should bring up Rathmodar if he's still alive. Um, I think we should ask if they can tell us anything about.
What's your problem, bro? I mean, it sounds like, just from what they said already, it sounds like they don't want this ritual to go off.
No, they don't.
And
Mostly it is a poke in the eye, and they also probably don't want Tiamat wandering around like the rest of us. So
right. So what is your worry about the blue dragon? You think they're gonna take it?
yeah. Yeah, do we want to tell them where the blue dragon mask is? They don't want to use it to summon Tiamat either, but that's one of those things that didn't we kind of say we would give it back to our metallic-y dragon friends?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
I
really
mean,
wanna...
there's no way are we gonna. Yeah, we won't. We wouldn't give it up. I mean, we don't have to talk about. We don't have to.
But what information do we have that might be of note to them?
The fact. Well, I mean, just the
I guess
fact of
just
where the enemies are.
Okay. And also the fact that we keep running into Thayan wizards. I mean, maybe they don't know
Definitely.
that. Maybe they don't know that. All right.
Maybe that name is a good start. Maybe we start with that name, and if they kind of brush it off, then maybe it wouldn't hurt to have something else kind of ready. So we have our tower, but then so they were looking for enemy locations.
Which we know a couple things about that with the Land of the Giants and whatever that's called, and the Plain of Giants or whatever. Is that what that was called?
Yeah, where show's home is.
Yeah, where they're just like kind of burrowing underground and popping up. And crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we know.
What about the Cloud Giant castle?
Yeah, what happened to that? Did we? He just took that and went off, right?
He took
was
that
like,
and
"Alright,
headed off
peace,
to the
y'all."
north. He pieced out to the north.
Okay.
Like
I mean, that's still a thing. They were in cahoots. So
Yeah.
that could still be just like kind of like a backup where it's like, that way you're not giving away the tower, but we still have something.
I'm sure they know, but maybe we might want to just find out what they're. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, we know what they're planning on doing with those dragons there, but maybe making them part of the populace. But either way, Got to see what kind of dragons you're talking about. Are they talking about those chromatic, or are you talking about those metallic?
Mm.
Too. Because if they're
Always.
just
I thought I picked up something a little bit about Draco Liches too, but maybe I was reading into something.
So Dracoliches, you recall the Cult of the Dragon, their original doctrine was
Right.
that a undead dragon, the dead dragons would be who rule at the end of times. So Dracoliches is what the um, soothsayer decided was going to be. So they went about trying to convert dragons, convince them to become Dracoliches, so that they would have a hand in the rulership. Now, the individual who really drove that part of the religion um, died several times, most recently as a lich, and was the cause of the last dragon rage. He
Mm.
invoked it, and then with his death, the Draco rage dissipated. After that, the cult fell into a little bit of chaos there as it lost a bit of its leadership, and this new branch seems to have bent the theme a bit and is now trying to bring Tiamat back rather than make more Dracoliches. Dracolich is still very cool, very fun, but Tiamat's the way to go.
Gotcha.
Draco Liches was like last year.
And that was
Tiamat's
last
the
year.
new black.
It is
All right.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
like having like a rock guitar during the sermon instead of just like the old hymns.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Uh
Totally into it. I'm totally into it.
uh
Bonkers.
yeah. If you haven't heard a psalm done like beatnik style, you haven't lived.
So,
All right. Um all right, so I guess Rob's major concern was we had kind of thought about what kind of knowledge we wanted to share back because I don't want to get into an uneven, like I really didn't want to be in a, like Rob's thinking like don't owe anybody anyone out the door.
mhm,
Mm.
You owe, right? Like if they gave us knowledge, we should give them some knowledge. At least that way, from a certain standpoint, ours anyway, we traded fairly. I don't want to be caught on the other side of that with people who tend to get pissy about debts. You know what I mean?
sure.
Gotcha.
Um,
And
so
and there is definite military advantage to um to Thay to have Ni sitting on the council. If Ni is on the council, it would be difficult for them to pull a fast one and sneak invade Thay. At the same time, Waterdeep and the Sword Coast would basically be revealing their military maneuvers to a rival power. So the Thayans could, you know, maybe take advantage of that if they felt like it. So there is some, you know, payback in just getting Ni in on the council.
gotcha. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't see a reason to not ask for that. They're not asking for much in return. On the flip side, who knows what inch mile is going to get taken. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so that said, kind of not our worry.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like
we're
I said from the beginning, we were doing it ourselves anyway. Damn it.
You're
mm,
right. You're right. You're right. Um. Well, do we feel appropriately rested to continue the conversation with?
And pruned. Yep. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that,
Oh, you
Rob.
look good. No, you look good. Look, you can't even tell.
Seems like you wouldn't be able to tell. Uh, and so with that, you're like, how do we tell Pincheska? And whoop, Pincheska just kind of appears, whoosh, a little puff of brimstone, and she says, "Tell me what."
That's
Uh,
why the incense.
and yep, she's got a little bit of a cinnamony scent to her.
Hey guys.
Yep, cinnamon and brimstone. Um, cinnamon. And with that, the rest are led back in. They take their places. They are very quiet as they move. Settle back. Takes her place. And what have you decided?
Oh, am I talking for us, guys?
I don't mind. I mean, we're just saying. Yeah, we figured we'd maybe let you know a bit. Maybe we could just talk more about it, but we'll just let you know in a bit about maybe where we might be headed next. There might be some enemies or whatever or whatnot. Maybe we'll let you in on a little bit of that information. Would that be fair?
Of course, if you have information as to where some of these rebel wizards have secreted themselves, we can strike and deal with them.
Oh,
Oh.
that sounds pretty all right to me. And
Mm.
if Paul doesn't remember, Rob would. The last places where we saw red band
Sure.
wizards.
You kind of give a summary of where you've encountered them, and on the Sky Cloud Castle, traveling with them in the baggage
Caravan.
line up the Sword Coast. Yep. Seeing them in Waterdeep, you saw some of the red wizards around Darius's uh, tomb.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where was the one
We
where
saw
he
one
was
at the
kind of?
castle.
Oh, that was that was the castle. Never mind.
Came out of
That's right.
The Draco Dragon, the
Yep.
Unborn.
Yep.
So
Okay.
so here are the places that I can think of. Feel free to fill me in. So originally, of course, as you were doing the setup with the Dragon Hatchery, you
Yep.
saw them when they were marching along. In the caravans on the way up, you did notice them in basically when you got to Waterdeep. You didn't see them really marching along the way. In Neritar Castle itself, you encountered a Red Wizard, and so in your castle in the swamp, and then in the flying castle with Blegathkus the giant. After that, they were around and about. You did see them in the Tomb of Darius. You did also
Did
see
they
them.
come? Was there one in the ribcage of that one of the unborn or no?
Yes, and there was one in the assault on the castle just recently. So there was another one there. You have not seen Wrath Modar, the one that you saw in the castle,
The
since
one
then.
that okay. The one that flew away.
The one that left early. So
Okay.
yeah.
With the
Oh,
gargoyle.
that's right.
Yep.
With the, right. Okay.
Well, I guess that's fair enough to kind of tell them where.
I'll go ahead and let them know about
Sure.
that information.
Should we name drop Roth or what's his name?
Sure. Yeah, we'll go and Wrath of Modar.
For
Okay.
sure. For sure.
Yes. One of the more troubling of the betrayers. He was a promising researcher in summoning.
Okay.
And I suspect the only reason that this Severin, who leads the cult, has any chance of pulling a being, if not the Queen of Dragons, from the Hells.
Oh.
Ah.
If
So
he can be struck against, if we know where he is, we could bring this to a close early. Now there's
I like that.
yeah. Now the place that we haven't mentioned yet is Zonthal's Tower.
Yeah.
So that is a thing that, as the party has discussed, the Blue Dragon Mask is there. I did hear possible concern. You have a pretty good feel if the Thayans were to get their hands on the Blue Dragon Mask, it may not be turned back over to you. Is that something that you are bringing up to them?
No.
No.
If
Probably
we have a
not.
good,
No.
if we have a feeling that they're going to keep it, I kind of felt strongly that we give it to our Metallic Dragon friends.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's how Rob
that's
feels anyway.
yeah. We already promised it to them. It's
Yep.
probably best not to, especially if we can tell. Like, if we can tell that they're like, what Dragon Mask? Then
Sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
one of the questions that I heard kick around there was Iskander. So will you bring up Iskander while trying to hide how and why you know that name? Or are you just dropping that topic entirely?
Mm,
I say we. I
We
mean,
could bring up Iskander as just
like a name that we've heard of,
we
or
came
like
across a name
that
of
we've
a
also
wizard.
maybe that we've also.
Okay.
in notes or something. We've come across a lot of notes, so it's
Sure.
could have been buried.
Tharkan Seldra says, that's not a name with which I'm immediately familiar, but I will have it researched. And as she says that, one of the white-looking fellows stands up and moves off without any real more instruction than that. Perhaps to go do things.
Such as research. I gotta research, guys.
Right,
Time to research.
to research. Now,
I'm library undead.
now I do have a few questions for you, since we will be
Yep.
working together on this, it seems. I'm curious, what are your feelings about they? Would you be pleased to become citizens?
To be honest,
Well,
it's not really something that has come up, so I don't really know how to respond to that.
my first time, and really all we've seen is this room. So
Yeah, I wouldn't really know.
I don't. In fact, we had to do a little research before we came over here. Like, sort of did some head scratching. And, I mean, we're sort of yokels. Like, honestly, we've sort of stumbled into positions of, not to downplay our importance, because we've done a lot of kick-ass shit, but we haven't gotten off the Sword Coast much.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've been to, I mean, I'm
but
from Am originally, but
I am
And
amazed by like all like I have never seen like because I sometimes do this thing where like I bite someone and their soul comes out, and like sometimes people say it's creepy, but I mean I think you guys would really enjoy it. Like I don't know if it's something that I could teach, but it's like it's pretty cool. But
it's wicked cool.
yeah. Uh but I just I thought that was something interesting, like
and
something I wouldn't have seen on the coast.
It's like
as
nine hella cool, and I look over at the, you know what I'm talking about, sweetheart. I didn't do that. I just wanted to say that so bad. All right.
9 hella cool. So if we could get from each character their choice of persuasion or intimidation
Oh,
as to what you think is your better foot forward. If I could also get a deception roll from each character.
oh wow.
The two things I'm good at. Fingers crossed. Let's see.
All right, so.
that's a 28 and a 15 from Rob.
Oh no. No.
I feel like I could do better on my intimidation. Can I reroll it?
If you got a reroll.
Wait, are we doing intimidation or are
So,
we doing
so
persuasion?
you may do persuasion or intimidation, your choice, one of those, and a deception.
I'm guessing that we are at, okay.
And
I'm
if
gonna
you have
reroll.
post-it notes, you can use your post-it notes.
I'm gonna reroll my persuasion.
Okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. I'm like, part of me's like, I wonder if I could do better on deception. I'm like, nope, just leave it. At 20 is pretty
No.
good. Oh,
But I had a 28 on persuasion. So I mean,
I let us down a little bit, but hopefully it's
you're
not
fine.
too
You're
much.
fine. No,
Okay.
no, you did.
And I'm gonna ask for a little bit of honest feedback on things that may or may not have been translated between player to character voice.
okay.
And here are the one or two things. I did not hear the Tharkin's title from anyone.
Oh,
I do not know if Rob would have filtered that to include it.
nope.
Okay.
Rob doesn't like titles. It would have
Rob does
never.
not like
It would have
titles. So
stuck. It would not have stuck.
the title
Honestly,
the title
honestly,
was
it would not have
dropped.
stuck.
I'm pretty sure Chiquito threw a ma'am.
If Yaz has the option to say it, he probably would because he asked specifically how
Okay.
to reference these people.
Yep.
Got
so
it.
he probably would have said it.
Yaz would have said it, and that's totally fair. I'm pretty sure I got a ma'am out of Chiquito though, and I think that was an in-character ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking there. Everybody does seem to be not at ease with the undead, but no one is growling at them or trying to turn them or throw holy water at them. So that impression, I think I've got a pretty good set there. And everyone didn't seem immediately objecting to the idea of Thayan rule over the whole world. Everybody was more like oh, we just haven't tried it yet. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah,
Was that what
that
they were suggesting over the
that
whole world?
de-
We
definitely.
were thinking that.
I hadn't picked up that really, Casey, but I would
Yeah.
say that Rob was definitely trying to punt the football
Okay,
on this, on that for
fair
sure.
enough.
Yeah.
So let me just double check over here. Chiquito.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's much recovering on that 9, but
I know. That's why I said, oh.
Not good,
That's,
ma'am.
that's not so good. Let's see here. Yaz coming in at a 28. That's pretty good. Rob, where are you up there? You're up there with a 28 as well. And so Tharkin Iseldra.
Drum roll.
Tharkin Iseldra. Speaks with you at some length. So he doesn't seem to get tired. She doesn't seem to have a sense of urgency. She's just talking and watching and waiting until do something. Do you try to bring the conversation to a close at some point, or what? How does this kind of filter down?
If there isn't anything else that the party would talk about,
Mm-hmm.
Yaz would um probably thank them for their time using titles.
Mm-hmm.
And ask if there is any information that they would like relayed to water deep, or wherever they want the information relayed to, before they part ways, like
Uh,
any additional points.
Tharkin Iseldra says, "We will have documents prepared. Nih will need to rest before she can return you to your keep or nearby. Would you prefer to travel to your own castle or near to Waterdeep?"
What do you guys think?
Where do
If
we
we're
think
going if
we'll
we're
run
going to
into
bring
Show and Anran? Where they're on their own mission, so where do we think they'd meet us?
Waterdeep would probably be the better place to get
Probably
back
water
together.
deep.
yeah,
Okay.
and they're giving us documents to bring there anyway, so it probably works out in the end.
And so with that, the wizards, guards, and such once again depart the room, having let you know the documents will be prepared and will be handling returning you. You have the run of the room. They let you know. It will be some hours before Nit is ready. Do feel free to rest. I understand you sleep still. Some of you do, at least.
Yaz will say, thank you to, it's pronounced Tharkin?
Tharkin.
Tharkin, okay. Yeah,
Like
he would have,
Archon, Perthaean, Thearkin. Tharkin.
Tharkin. Tharkin. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, Yaz would have been like, okay, yes, thank you. Like, really, like, they like their titles. Tharkin.
And so,
all right, good job with Grand Moff Tharkin there. That was really good work
yeah,
that you did. That helped.
well done. And so, a little bit of time passes. Pencheska is, takes care of serving everyone. Um, you relax, you talk, move around, you talk, and eventually, you all find yourself, if not nodding off, at least getting a little bit on the hazy side. Even
Mm.
Chiquito.
Huh?
Uh,
Because I clipped that twig.
I
it
guess so.
is. That was the awakeness twig.
Yep.
Shutting down.
Shutting down.
No shutting.
Rob and
Reboot.
Yaz,
Yep.
you find yourselves standing on either side of a fairly large vat or cauldron. Big metal tub looking thing. In the cauldron is Chiquito.
Uh,
Chiquito is surrounded by a fairly large number of tendrils and grasping hands, all reaching out and tugging at him. As they do so, they're basically picking the little twigs out from inside his armor. Yaz and Rob, standing to your left and to your right, are hooded Thayan wizards. You can't see their features. You can just see the distinctive red cloaks. You can see some sort of mask behind them. The Thayans look down into the pit, and Chiquito, that's not comfortable.
Oh,
Uh,
am I feeling that?
you're but just a
It's not a hot
smidge.
tub.
Not a hot tub. It is not a gentle pruning from a friend.
It's not a hot tub and an exfoliation.
Nope. This is
Oh.
not pleasant. Your
Oh
living bits
man.
are being ripped out.
No.
I have
And
never been so disturbed by a plant pruning.
as
Yeah.
Like,
this is happening, Thayans, with one voice, say, "You've been quite rude. We have more questions for you." Chiquito,
Yes.
could I have a wisdom saving throw? You would like an 18 or better.
Okay. I crit. I get a 29.
That is
wow.
quite good.
I
Chiquito,
stare. They get a little bit. A crack just appears.
yeah, you basically realize that this is an illusion, a hallucination. It is something that is working on your mind. But similar to, a lucid dream, you have some control over it. They are, they feel, attacking your living core. They're pulling the living bits out of you. And they feel that will destroy your spirit and cause you great pain and to answer. As that little happens, and they start prompting you, why do you feel you can talk down to us? You're under no compulsion to respond, and you feel if you tried, you might be able to take control of this illusion. What happens?
I First off, I think would that be a good idea if I'm aware of everything that's going on.
So this is obviously some insult has been offered. I mean, you've got a
All right.
reasonable idea of what's going on. What do you do?
Um, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Chiquito gets upset that they're picking at him because he didn't mean it by any means to be rude. So Chiquito is gonna go ahead. I mean, he didn't mean to. Not at all. Chiquito didn't mean to.
Rob did.
I mean, there was butt pruning.
That wasn't being rude. He really started a branch. It hurt. He didn't. He was uncomfortable. He told him to get comfortable. I think Chiquito is just gonna say screw it, and Chiquito is going to make the little leaves begin to grow a little bit into little mouths,
hmm
and then they. If I am I able to kind of explain what? Can I actually explain?
Sure. What you doing?
All right. Well, in that case, he's going to reach out with his fingers, and each one of his fingers are gonna go ahead and turn into those little mouths. Then he's gonna grab into the things, and he's gonna have them pull back like vines, and he's gonna stand up, and just his eyes begin to, and all these vines start coming from him, and like a vine warforged druid man, and he's gonna stand and get 3 times as large as he once was. He's gonna stand above him, looking down at him at the cauldron, and go, "Who are you to talk to me this way? I was being nice."
Excellent.
Oh,
So perhaps we see a little bit of the core nature of the War Forged start to emerge. And as that happens, the wizards seem to realize something is very amiss. And they start to try and break away. You can see they're trying to step back from it, and you feel if they get away, they will be out of your perception, and you'll lose control. Are you holding them in, or are you letting them flee?
I think at this point he's going to double down. I guess at this point he's going to use them to wrap around and go. I said I was being nice. You're not. Why aren't you? Why? Now are you being nice to me? Say you're sorry.
And with that,
yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna go
gonna
ahead
like
and
lean over
roll
to
into
Rob and be
initiative.
like, "Holy shit!"
Oh.
Well, we can see this only because of what? I mean, like, I'm wondering why we can even see this.
So
It's-
you are within a shared illusion
Okay.
at the moment, and Chiquito has broken the rules of that illusion. It seems. Combat is engaged. Please go ahead and click on your character icons and roll in.
Sorry, guys.
No, awesome. I love it.
That was great. I loved picturing it just like,
Me too. Ooh. I had like a Galadriel moment from Lord of the Rings, and instead of a green, it was dark. All right.
And Chiquito,
Let
if
me
you
go ahead
should
and
happen
roll initiative.
to make a attack, you may add an additional 1d4 to your damage as you are giant sized.
heck yeah!
Woohoo!
And let's see, Yaz. After Chiquito builds up to big size and the wizards are unable to break away, what are you doing?
God, that's a good question. Like, in all, I'm just as unsure as probably Yaz would be,
Mm-hmm.
because he's thinking, okay, we're here to strike relations, but also we are being put into Nightmare Realm by vampires, which is very rude. That is correct. But also build relations. What do we do? So Yaz would probably oh, he is right next to them. He would probably, if possible, go into a corner
Okay.
And hold an action for an Eldritch Blast to this guy. If they do damage, like if they are going to do damage to us, if like that is what they do, then he will let out an Eldritch Blast. But if they were just trying to like do some scary, intimidating interrogation and they have no plans of hurting us,
Mhm.
he's gonna let it slip by.
Sure.
But
Now you are not in the room as represented. There's no pillows beneath your
oh,
feet. There's this giant cauldron in front of you. Everything's a little bit dreamy, wavy still in the background. So you do
gotcha,
back up into a corner, but it's not the same corner. For
gotcha.
reasons of
Okay,
map easiness, we're gonna stick with this map.
okay, yeah, sounds fair.
Yeah. Cool. And as that happens, yes, the wizards do indeed seem to be interested in doing damage. They are focusing, it seems, on Chiquito, and Chiquito they let fly with a barrage of missiles, going for the guaranteed damage.
And I would probably unleash too, because that's damage.
That is damage. Chiquito, 14 points of magic missile damage.
Okay.
Yaz, that first shot's going to go stray. That second shot's going to hit for 14 points of force damage.
Cool.
And then again, Red Wizard, Magic Missile, high level, Chiquito. 21 points of damage there. Is that the same roll both times? Yep, 21 and 21. 42 points of forcey damage. And Rob
Ouchie.
Oaks, what you doing?
How bad does Chiquito look right now?
That bad. 18.
Wait,
You have 18 left.
no, wait.
Did you
75
say 42?
42 total. Two sets of 21.
Okay. And then plus the other.
No, the other one was the first 21.
Okay. Plus the
You should have taken a total of 42
42.
damage.
And then from the one prior.
No,
right?
no, that was the one that is both two wizards have
Oh,
fired missiles.
okay. I see. I
Each
got
did
you.
21. Sorry,
I got
said
you.
that
Sorry about that. All right.
terribly.
Got it. Okay. Not so bad. Got it.
Not are you half the Chiquito you normally are?
Yes.
Okay. Rob is going to take the disengage action.
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then bonus action healing word on Chiquito.
As
And
you
I
do
will,
so, the the spellcasters try and shut you down with
well,
a
I was
counter
going to
spell.
cast it at third, so I
Third
didn't.
is a match, and that will cancel.
Okay. So let me cast that. I was getting ready to sing my song. So it goes. Chiquito's good. Come on, baby, come on, Chiquito's good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should, 'cause Chiquito's good. And then, and then we will do healing word at third
Excellent.
for 11 points of healing, and that's it for bonus action, and movement.
You got it. And Rob, as those things happen, you are willing healing to happen, and while your spell does not take effect, in the dream, a healing potion forms before you, and you are able to snatch it out
Cool.
of the ether. Thank you to Alex.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, but the healing did not affect
As
Chiquito.
a counter spell.
Counterspelled.
Oh, it was counterspelled. Oh, well, I
was
sang it
counterspelled.
anyway.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay.
Unless you want to try and counterspell the counterspell.
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll wait for that for when we're in more dire straights.
You got it. Chiquito, you have another batch of magic missiles coming your way. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. And those magic missiles, bam, 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 bam. 23 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh man! All right.
One last batch of magic missiles this round. Bam. Ooh. 27. That batch.
Oh.
Are you down?
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
Rob Oaks,
Sh-
anything with that reaction of yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna cutting words that, but I don't know if it even.
It would be
I-
6. I would need 6 to get back to
Okay.
because yeah.
I mean, I could counterspell it. Fuck it, I'll counterspell it.
What level
And they're
counterspell you using?
4.
Okay, you will need to roll. Go ahead and give me a charisma set. DC is
What
going to be
do
a
I?
15.
I
5th
just
level.
roll
That's
charisma. I
Uh,
just roll.
you rolling your spell thingy.
My
Spellcasting
spell.
ability, which would be your your charisma. Your bard.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
I just roll. Yeah, I just roll charisma.
Yep.
Reroll?
I'll
Post-
re-roll.
Post-it notes.
Yep. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
Dang.
I have one more re-roll, but I are we allowed to re-roll?
only normally do one reroll.
Yep,
So,
that's what I thought. Okay.
gonna have an unconscious Chiquito, I think. Chiquito,
Yeah.
as you go unconscious, almost immediately, I need a death saving throw.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Hmm.
Yeah. Ah,
Don't worry, Chiquito, it's just a dream. If you die in a dream, I'm sure you'll be fine.
it'll be fine.
Fine.
Oh. Got a 7.
I'm on the red side. Yaz, what are you doing?
Question. I am going to summon a beholderkin.
Ooh.
Yes. And I'm going to summon it. And sorry, I'm scooching some things around. Make this easier. Hold up, scooch, scooch. There we go. All right, I'm gonna gonna place them right in the corner, the other corner.
Okay.
So that's an action. This is going to be disgusting. Yaz is going to run up and do a hungry jaws bite.
Sure. Jaws bite. A 15 will hit. 4
Sweet.
points of damage.
I growl. And that's it. Your flesh is disgusting.
Does the Beholderkin do anything?
I believe it can, because now it's there.
It is now there, I think.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'm like trying to remember how this little sheet works. Okay. Okay, so I have 2, and I can use the okay, I click. Oh,
Oh, wow. 21's gonna hit. 8 psychic. Oh, okay. 19's gonna hit.
okay.
13 is 21. It's not dead yet.
Okay, we're getting there. But that's, I believe, everything for me. I think that's it.
Wait, what is this doing?
Yeah.
Shoots 3 of the
Oh,
following magical eye rays at random.
That might have been because you gave me like a beholder, and so that might have been.
Oh, okay. So
like,
it just does 2. Got it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I think I tried to like edit it, but I probably forgot that bit of it.
Oh,
So
no problem.
yeah,
All right.
you can ignore that.
That mage seems to be barely holding it together at this point. But now they are turning their attention on you. Yaz, 3 spellcasters sitting there, and not a single one of them thought about counterspell that time. They are, however, going to start turning on you, Yaz. Magic Missile, batch number 1. Can't do it as
Yes.
big as they were doing before, but they can still do it a little bigger than normal. 14 points on the Magic Missile.
Oh, that's right. They just hit, right?
They just hit.
Yeah.
And then Magic Missile batch number 2, 10 points there.
Yes. How are you looking?
Oh shoot, I'm counting in the opposite direction. Hold on. Let's see. So, let's see, 78 to 68 to 58, and then I'm at like not quite half-ish,
Okay.
but like that was a fair bit of damage. But I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm doing calculus. Like, is it better to take one of these wizards out or heal you?
Take
It's
the
not
wizard out.
calculus, really. Okay. Which one's the one that's most damaged? It's
I've
The
been
one next to
focusing on
Yaz.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm damaged, but I'm okay a little longer.
Rob will move here
Okay.
and cast Thunderwave at 2nd level. Or nope. Yep. Nope.
Would that hurt Chiquito?
I don't know. I'm actually thinking about that.
What do you want? Do you just want to hit this one here?
Yeah, I just want to hit him.
Okay, yeah, you can bend that bullet. What is that, a
I'm still not sure what level I want to cast it at.
Okay.
I think I'm going to cast it at 3rd. It's probably overkill if it's not looking great. I'll cast it 2nd.
Okay. How big a cube is that, or what is the size on that thing?
15
It's a 50
foot.
foot cone.
15-foot cone. So you could actually hit the 2 of them.
That one.
Hit those 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that if it's as long as I don't hit Yaz or Chiquito.
Yeah, no
Big
problem.
Yaz Chiquito. Okay. All
No
right.
problem. Go ahead and fire me up some damage.
All right. At 2nd level, Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. That is a big Thunderwave. DC 17 Constitution saving throws. Good news. The reason they didn't counterspell is because they're out of them now.
Woo!
Good to know.
22 con. Bailey.
Woohoo! 22 points.
22. 22.
Maybe I shot over like Chiquito's big ass foot right in front of me as he's laying on the ground.
Rob Oakes, anything else?
No. You can't inspire the unconscious, can you?
You cannot inspire the unconscious.
All right. All right. No, unfortunately, I can't. I want to help him on
Alright.
that death saving throw, but I can't cast another spell. I just needed to reduce our odds a little bit. Okay.
These two. Boy, Rob's looking more dangerous right now. Rob, you're gonna get some magic missiles coming your way.
Yeah.
As you do, first batch.
First batch gets hit with a shield.
Oh, so first batch goes away,
Nice.
All right.
and just so first
I
batch
don't know
goes away?
how shield is a reaction until the start of my next turn,
It stays
and I
there.
can take no damage from magic missiles.
Take no damage from magic missiles. So the second guy will be like, I know that trick, and will aim at Yaz instead. Yaz, you get the other of the batch. Bank,
Nice.
bank, bank, bank.
Sorry, Yaz.
It's
14 coming at Yaz. And Chiquito, I need another death saving throw. Dream death threat imminent.
Sounds good.
Oh no.
Sending good vibes. to
Roll
Chiquito.
that die.
I have a
roll that
reroll,
die.
so
Really
Okay,
good
there
you
vibes.
don't need it though. You don't need it. You don't need it.
17's on the plus side.
That's a good.
1 and 1. And over to Yaz. Yaz, what are you and the Beholder doing? Oh, is the Beholder concentration?
Oh, it is. So I need to. No, wait. Let me double check. I think it is. Usually things are, but let me double
Yeah,
check.
usually so many things are.
Yeah,
Double,
it
double.
is.
I need 4 Constitution saving throws then.
Oh boy. Okay. Constitution saving throws. Okay, 1.
Oh, that's not gonna pass.
That's not gonna pass.
You have a post-it?
I
Is
do.
it important?
It's probably gonna help us.
Okay, do it.
I feel like maybe.
Okay. Post it.
Was it? Yeah, let's do it.
Post
Let me
it.
sorry, let me. I've been sitting on these for a while. I should use them. I just want to mark it down first. There we go.
Does Rob need another reroll? Rob, do you need another reroll? The chat asks.
Rob has one sitting in his bank. I don't know if Yaz needs another reroll.
Uh-oh.
Yaz needs
One.
another reroll.
Yes, wants one more.
Sure, reroll.
Did you
uh,
only
Reroll.
have one, Jenna?
Huh?
Did you only have one in the bank?
Oh no, I have enough. So
Okay.
I'm just saying reroll. Like I'm going to use another.
Use the
reroll.
reroll.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. All
I
right.
still have one left. I still have one left.
Okay, and
After this one?
Yeah.
one more has been purchased for was that for Yaz or was that for Rob? And so Yaz maintains.
Nice work. Nice use of rerolls.
And Yaz, you get one more on the post-it note via Alex.
Nice.
Thank you, Alex.
That was good.
My beholder friend lives another day.
He does, still in it.
Or- or an
Yaz, and it is now your turn. It is your turn in the Beholder turn. So what are you
Oh my
doing?
I am going to cast or whatever. Hexblade's Curse on this guy.
Hexblade's Curse. Wabop.
Hexblade's Curse. Let me just look at that to remember what I do. Improved critical.
Ooh, and Sith Lord Dave comes in with a buy everyone a reroll. So everyone please make a
Ooh.
note on your
Woohoo!
post-its.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Yes.
Dave. There we go. Thank you. All right. I'm ready to make more of this Constitution saving throws.
Nice.
Bonus damage. Okay. And I get stuff. Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, that was a bonus.
Okay.
I'm going to move on up
Okay.
and I'm going to use or I guess I don't have to. I could. I don't have to. I know. I made an animation and everything. Okay, I'm gonna
That
deal
was
this last.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of keep my distance still, but like not be in a hopefully cone formation for them. I don't know what they have, but you never know. I can
Avoid
do
the
it.
cone.
Avoid cones and measurements. Blessed.
List.
Blessed.
Oh,
there's-
12 no.
Blessed.
And 25 yes. 11 points of forceful damage. Plus
No.
a something. What is the something for the other with the Hexblade's Curse?
Yes. So that's a +4.
+4.
Yes.
Not quite enough to drop him.
He
That's
also got
okay.
pushed 10 feet, by the way,
Oh, boink.
when I hit him with the Thunder Wave.
Ah, nice. Let's see.
And Beholder?
Okay. Beholder. Yeah, sorry, I was just checking. I'm always like, did I do my improved critical? But I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm just excited. So many windows. Ire.
Yeah, 19's gonna hit. Oh,
Nice.
13's enough. White
Cool.
Falls Hexblade's Curse thing might kick in.
Yes, it does.
What does
That
the Hexblade
gives,
Curse do?
It gives me hit points.
Okay, cool.
Is it hit points or is it? Oh yeah, it is hit points. So level plus my modifier. So what level are we at? 9?
9.
9.
9
Nice.
plus 5 is 14, so I get 14 hit points back.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Fit it in.
All right, 14. Cool. And I have a second eye, so I'm going to hit this one over there. Shoo!
Sure. And oh no, cannot. 13
Nope,
will not
okay.
do.
All right, that's it for me.
All right, yes. As Rob Oakes is still sporting the spangly shield, Wizard is going to fire magic missiles at Yaz. We are down to first level magic missiles.
How many of those things
Oh.
do you have? Bleh.
He's got 3 of them that hit you for 9. I need 3 Constitution saving throws. Keep that Beholder in play, though.
Dang. 1, 2.
Oh.
Uh,
No.
All
Don't
right.
even.
I think I might just let it
Yeah, let it go.
drop.
Let
Yeah.
it go.
Yeah. Bye bye, Beholder. You have helped us already. More than you know.
Rob Oakes, it comes round to you.
All right. I'm going to bonus action, look back at Yaz and say, Yaz will warlock you. Yaz will warlock. And if I had time, I would come up with the whole Yaz was a lizard and a lizard, but I don't have time for that. So that will
Yaz
be
was a
my
lizard in
bonus
a
action.
homeless camp.
That's. I will work on that later and bring it back around again.
Awesome.
But you have inspiration D8 for future things
Cool.
that you may want to hit with, like with an Eldritch Blast, because I'm going to take my action to stabilize Chiquito.
You do have a healing potion available to you.
I do. You know what? I'm going to jump up to his Gulliver's Travels-sized mouth and dump it in. Right. So I will healing potion Chiquito.
You got it. 2d4
With my
plus
action.
2 on the healing potion. That is action, bonus action, and that's going to bring us around to this white up here. This white up here, what have I got? Man, no burning hands. So
How much did I get?
how
What
much
should I
did you
roll?
get? 2d4
Oh,
plus
I didn't roll it. I can roll it if you want.
Somebody.
R2D4 plus 2. Maybe you want to roll.
No, you did it. Thank you.
6. Yay!
I got nothing.
And the mage is going to do some fast math and decide that, you know what? Just stabbing down at the prone person is mathematically beneficial. So, with advantage, stabbing at Chiquito. Stab.
Yeah.
17 Chiquito is a miss.
Woohoo! Do wizards have 2 attacks?
Wizards
I think
don't.
not.
do not have 2 attacks. This other wizard's like, dude, we're wizards. What are you doing? And will cast a first level magic missile at the prone Chiquito.
Oh, I can't shield him.
What is that technically ranged?
Its shield is self only. It
Shield
doesn't.
is
But that's
Is-
right. But it's not to hit. It's
Magic
a,
missile
They-
is just damage. So here comes
Yep.
the damage. 12. He rolls well. Chiquito.
Question. I'm not questioning. Where did they both go on the same turn, or
Oh, what? No! Nothing happened. Ignore that. Blah.
None of that happened. Don't look at the man behind the yellow curtain.
Yeah, what? No. Chiquito, it's your turn. What? Dreaming about magic missiles? Why would you dream about that, Chiquito?
That's what I'm talking about. What the hell's going on? He's gonna go ahead and stand up, and
I don't know.
Falls
He's
off.
still big, so he's gonna go ahead and attempt to say, "Hey, screw it. Maybe I still have control, even though I just almost went down." And he's gonna try to close his eyes, and
Mhm.
he is going to attempt to get in the tight ball and just expand and try to shoot. I don't know, tendrils at both of these guys.
Sure.
back.
Let's see a tendril attack.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I guess I will actually mechanically do that. I thought maybe I had some type of magic because I was
Let's-
still big.
You are
Power.
fighting for control. Let's see a
Alright,
tendril
wi-
attack.
Would that be another wisdom type
Uh,
deal, or
Give me your bite attack for an actual
Okay.
attack.
All right.
Let's see if you can manage. Okay, so you do have control. Now go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw to make it be everywhere.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Here we go.
You're good.
18.
18 is not high enough to
Ow,
steal
wow, wow,
You had
wow,
control.
wow.
you had inspiration.
Oh, do I?
Oh no, he went unconscious. It's gone. When you go
Yeah.
unconscious, it goes away.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
I can't reroll after
Post-it
that
note
now. Huh?
if you want.
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
post it note. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
All right.
+9 on that wisdom save. Go
Yeah,
for
let's
it.
do it.
Oh
No,
no!
no. It is still an attack. Which one would you like
Okay.
to hit?
Let's
North or
go
south?
ahead and hit. I'm just gonna go for this one because
It just
it's
looks
further
more
away.
impressive.
You got it. No, you're still
Yeah.
huge. You still hit. You get an extra D4 on the damage for
All
being
right.
gigantic.
So here we
Ooh.
go. Primal savagery.
Uh,
I should have clicked
yep.
the actual thing. There you go.
12 will give me
That
a D4.
and then D4.
14 points of damage dealt. Chiquito. Anything else? Bonus action?
You should.
Huh?
I'm like, part of me is saying shapeshift because health points.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
I
exactly
don't.
what I was gonna do.
Oh, okay, because then I was like, would it make you tiny or like?
I
Or
don't
would
know.
you be
We'll
a
find
giant
out.
animal?
Let's see let's see if I'm able to get even bigger.
Chiquito brings the Midgard serpent into play.
It's
Midgard
if I
serpent.
can at least, it would still be made of vines.
Still
That's cool.
sure.
I twist into a serpent, a viney serpent.
You got it.
Oh yeah.
And as the
Kiss
viney
ya.
serpent breaks out, Yaz, what are you doing over there?
What am I doing over here?
What am I doing here? Now I have.
Okay, it's specifically a weapon attack. Okay. I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hello.
Hello.
I'm going. Sound like me. I'm gonna cast Branding Smite,
Ooh, okay.
and I'm going to hit, or try to, with
See it.
Warhammerhead.
Or Hammerhead. 19's gonna hit.
Nice. I didn't actually check to see how much damage I do with the other things. I should probably do that.
You know. What is
Um,
this?
Okay, so it's 2d8 at second level, but we're at 5th level now because Warlock's casted the highest, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so 2d6, 3d6, 4, 5d6, right?
I feel like 66, but I'm not sure. What's the? Can you throw up
Is
the
it 2?
spell up real quick?
Yeah.
Math is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is. Oh, okay. So it's a second level spell. So yes, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Okay, so 5. Okay, 5d6. And that's
Yes.
20 points of radiant damage.
Yes. That is 32 total points of
Yes.
damage. And it glows slightly.
Yes.
It is still there though.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him again.
Oh,
I
okay.
could do that.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Uh, that is enough.
Nice.
You drop the wizard with a double combo from your Warhammerhead shark. Yes.
Warhammerhead.
Warhammerhead. Anything else?
I believe that it. Yeah, that's it.
Got it. Rob Oakes and hey Galaxian, how you doing out there? It is your turn. The dream state that you are in has been wrenched from the control of the Wed Wizards of Thay. Only one remains at the moment, trying to fend you all off. What are you doing?
scold him. I'm just kidding.
This is not very nice what you're doing here. I don't
Kinda rude.
understand. It's rude. This is not hospitality. No, I, you know, Rob's. Oh, Rob is gonna. Rob can't do a shit ton. So I'm just. Is there a way I can thunder wave this guy too without hitting Chiquito?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just get here maybe and try to angle it this way.
Yep.
You can't see what I just did with my mouse. And I will cast this one. This is my last second level. Thunder wave.
DC
So
17 Constitution saving throw. They are not great at that. Super not great. 10 points of damage. Does not drop him though.
pushed against the wall as well.
It's the wop wop.
Okay. So he's not right up on me. All right. Cool. And I think there are no other bonus actions Rob's gonna take. That's it.
You got it. The red wizard. Kind of out of options. Big giant snake there. Just gonna try and magic missile the giant snake. 13 points of giant snake wearing down damage, but I think this might be over. Chiquito, giant snake that you are. What you
Yeah.
doing?
Keto is going to be very hurt that they did that.
Okay.
He's going to turn back into his regular Chiquito for a bonus action.
Okay.
An action, he is going to, again, tighten up into a ball and unleash. But instead of tendrils, there are 8 little velociraptors being unleashed on this guy. Coming out of the vines.
Uh,
I don't know if you want me to do that, but do you want me just to roll and
I think we can just close out the dream sequence with that. As bursting forth.
What a
from
great ending to a
Chiquito.
wonderful dream.
This is why Warforged don't dream.
That is why Warforged don't.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I mean, just leave things in their nature, right? Like, yeah, oh, whatever.
Hey guys.
Sometime later.
Seriously, your voice was so deep.
You all awake on your cushions. Chiquito, you basically just fell over. Rob, Oaks, and Yaz, you may have actually lain down. There's a small amount of blood scattered about on the cushions, but no wounds that you can see on yourselves. You are down a bit on hit points. How about that?
Rob,
Good.
well, I think I have another healing potion actually.
Sure.
Except that I don't. So I will cast healing word on Chiquito at 3rd level.
Thank you. That just happened. That happened, huh?
Well, it's just 13, but it'll help.
Sure. And as you all wake up, what do you do?
That just happened. That happened, huh?
No, that was for real. Like all creepy. I don't know about our allies. They thought we were being rude, I guess, because we pruned your ass in front of them.
No, we didn't. We let them leave first.
That's true. I don't even know what their problem is. I mean, we waited. I mean, maybe it's because we discussed, what, some of us would go to a proctologist for. I mean, I'm just a bard, but we took care of it. But I mean, maybe it's because we discussed it in front of them, and we weren't like, your Tharkness, I'm gonna clip this twig off my friend's ass. I mean, we didn't. I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
But look, we're gonna end up doing this by ourselves, aren't we? I mean, we are. Like every time we try to get allies, they're all like, "You're not worthy," and we all end up like, oh, "Fuck y'all."
uh, I mean, here we go. What do they want?
Yeah, let's just find out. They're gonna come in here, and then we're like, the thing is, we don't have a ride home. right? Like we're like on the other side of the continent right
yeah,
now.
it's not like I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be a long walk home if they're not like if we don't smooth this over. If we
Uh,
even get out of here, which we probably won't.
I mean,
Circle.
I'm getting Casey look.
or
Oh, you have you have polymorph or do you have teleport?
I have a teleportation circle. It takes a little
Oh,
bit, but I do have it, so we can get out of here.
or I mean, do we just? I mean, we kind of did we just prove that we're at least
Competent?
competent
did they
in
just throw a
the
bunch of their
arcane?
people at us as cannon fodder to find out?
It was a dream. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe we just dream killed them, but like we got blood on the carpet here, and you were definitely hurt. And I
Yeah,
feel like I feel like my ability to tap into whatever musical power I have that makes people do crazy shit. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't.
same.
I don't. That's how I explain bard magic. It's musical magic. It's like a Pink Floyd laser
It's
light show.
musical magic. Wee.
Musical magic. Come on, magical mystery tour.
You're running on the notes. Yee. Um,
I want to be like George in the Yellow Submarine cartoon. All right. Um, but I can tell I'm not at 100% right now, and I'm sure Yaz feels the same. Like you got to feel the same.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
spent.
feel horrible.
We've
I-
used
I-
magic.
I require a short rest to feel unspent.
Either way, I don't know. I mean, we just might be it. Either way, I mean, we're gonna see.
Well,
We're gonna see.
yeah. I mean, you did what I would have done. I mean, if they'd put me in a hell hot tub and they were plucking bits off me, I'd be pissed off and do shit too. Like, oh no, that's not okay. So let's just see what happens. Should we maybe put the dome up and see if we can get some rest, or for the rest of the night? And is there,
Oh, maybe.
Casey? Do we have a time concept? Like, how long did that? Like, did we span hours in this dream, or?
You're not real sure. There's no real good indicator of time about, unless someone has something on them that would be. Is there anything that the
No.
party carries that gives any indication of time passing?
Coca, is Coca hungry?
Coca's like, I could eat.
Not always.
Maybe not.
So Coca lets you know
The
that
timekeeper.
Coca lets you know that you've been unconscious for like
I can't talk
10
to
to
Coca
15
anymore.
seconds. Oh
10 to
no!
15.
You can't talk to Coca?
No, I
mean,
had to switch
I'll
it
do
back
it
to take
for
the
you.
different thing.
Yeah,
Believe it or
yeah.
not,
Like
I
you
could do
you
it.
wake up and Coca was just like Coca was like just getting comfortable. Like Coca takes like a good 5 minutes to circle and find the right
Yeah.
spot. And
Gotta do the magic twirly
the
circle.
magic
to...
twirly circle.
Uh-huh.
Get the whiskers all preened and all.
Mhm.
But yeah, Coca had not even settled down by the time you all just woke up again.
Okay.
Rob will put the dome up, and then maybe we go to sleep again. Do we want to do the dome? Is it sending the wrong? I mean, we need rest.
Yeah.
Do we have? It'll give us a little. I mean, they could probably dispel it. I mean, let's be real.
At
But
this point, I mean,
Something.
we won't get poked around by just some jackass walking by. So, all right, I'll take 10 minutes and ritually cast the hut.
Sure.
And while you do that, I will ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Sure.
And go.
hey, what do you need to cook to cocoa about?
Cocoa powder. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, cocoa powder. No one, wait, no one else got a cocoa powder but me.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I never thought about that.
Rob totally would. He wouldn't have thought of it, but he would do it.
He would jump on that bandwagon.
No good.
For sure.
Okay.
So
never mind.
like
Hey,
Coco's
cocoa
like,
powder.
hey,
Hey, I'm Chiquito.
Coca,
Nice to meet you.
good to be met. Are you one of my worshippers?
Oh no. Yeah. You're awesome.
Oh, good. Thank you. I like
Okay,
this place.
Thank you.
You too. Oh, all right. Are you hungry? Goodbye.
Oh, what? Ah, no!
Sorry, I for some reason I clicked the pulling back. Sorry, Gen 2.
And Coke is like, "Oh, I'm good. They got me covered." And like you like look over to where Coke is gesturing, and like a little handsome rat is like making their way out with like a little plate full of cheese.
Of course there
Gives it
is.
to Coca, and then disappears.
Nice.
And as the little handsome rat disappears, there's a little poof of cinnamon and brimstone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Want some
Yeah.
cheese?
No, thank you.
You just
All right. Oh, Coca. All right. Well, I guess I could talk to you for a bit anyway. So you got something to say, just let me know. That there hut ready there, Rob?
Yep, we're hutted up.
Put it up.
Oh, over our cushion fort. We're gonna make a blankie fort underneath our translucent dome.
yeah.
When they
And
come in, they'll be like, "How did they do that? There's
Rob,
just
you are
pillows in here."
camera down for the moment for me. Do you camera down for
Oh,
other people?
sorry.
That's all right. No biggies.
Got it.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. And so the dome is brought up, and time passes. The party has the opportunity to take a short, and then if they choose to take it, a long rest. Um, they recover hit points, they recover spell slots, and other such things. Towards the end of it, there's a little like tunk 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 on the outside of the dome, and if you dial the opacity down a little bit, you can see that N is standing there, like, hey,
Did we long rest through that? I'm sorry.
yep, long rest. Or your long rest will officially be ending in like 2 minutes when the dome pops.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until we are at full long rest.
Got it. Dome
Because
goes
I
1 second.
like it
one
does
second, please.
the like rainbow thing where like cascades down on the outside, and yeah, is like the rainbow seems excessive, but are you ready to
No,
go?
the more you know. Bling. See, now you've learned something. All right. Um. Yeah, I guess we're ready to go. Hey.
Hmm?
Did we? I mean, between you, me, and the fence post here, which there's no fence, but you get. I mean, it's an idiom. If
I'm familiar.
okay. Did we offend anyone yesterday?
Oh yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
fairly blatantly refused to refer to the Treyarch by her appropriate title.
Okay. But Yaz did. I mean, right? Like, oh, I mean,
I'm not sure that 33% is a passing grade in most areas.
oh,
There were
no,
other
that
issues that they took
that's
offense
fair.
with.
I got a 33% a lot. Uh, what else did we do? I mean, we didn't mean to cause a kerfuffle. That's a Omnian word.
Oh,
Um,
if it was something particularly dire, you'd all be dead now. So, just a learning
okay.
lesson.
I I feel like we've gotten an education. All right.
May we receive feedback so that we may improve for further interactions? So so one of the things you mentioned was the title, and you said there were other things. What were the other things?
Your general demeanor was thought to be a bit lacking. The
Oh,
personal grooming in an audience chamber, the general lack of any sign of respect, a bow, curtsy, a nod, standing still and being quiet,
Got it.
basic social graces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rob's
Yeah.
holding back. Rob's holding back. Rob, be calm.
Yes, like.
She's like, anything to elevate you above some sort of shaved animal.
The round thing, Sean, the thing that take the kids to school, go round, round. Rob just starts singing to himself some kobold songs to calm down.
Yeah, Yaz is gonna be like pretending to write stuff on his hand because he doesn't actually have something to write with. So he's like, okay, okay, those are
Possibly
things that I could practice.
We're ready to
pantomiming
go.
gestures.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I understand they did reevaluate after the lesson.
Oh. Uh-huh. 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 Did we get better than a 33?
66 actually. They recognized a war machine as a war machine rather than any sort of intelligent creature.
I was about to say D's get degrees, but now, nope.
Let's go.
Wrong.
Let's get. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
just
Let's
go
go.
Let's
right
get
now.
out of here. Let's get out of here.
He's
Uh,
gonna
I hate
smile as
Illinois
best he
thing and
can.
Nazi red wizards.
As he smiles, like his jaw just like unhinges a bit even more.
Let's get
Oh.
out of here.
Oh,
Let's
this
go.
has just been an amazing life lesson. I loved every
Let's
minute
go.
of it.
yeah.
I
There's
feel like a
wonderful.
tourist. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, N will summon a circle, and you will find yourself several miles to the north of Waterdeep in what looks to have been an abandoned farmstead at some point. A teleportation circle has been carved into the stone work there, providing a place for Thanes to teleport to. That would probably be valuable information, and Yaz, knowing the spell, you can pick up that circle, and you now have a circle spot somewhat north of Waterdeep.
Fast travel portal unlocked.
Choo-doo!
It is on the map.
And with that, uh, I am thinking we will probably bring this evening to a little bit of an early close, and pick back up next week, rejoining the party for the expedition to Zonthal's Tower. Nith will join the Council of Waterdeep. But I don't think the party's quite decided what to do with the Council of Waterdeep yet, and
No.
is looking for some insight from Zonthal's Tower where they really make the address there. Anything
That's
anybody
true.
anything anybody would like to do before we start to break? Before we break.
Should I do scrying to check on the tower if that's what they're waiting for? I'm just looking for an excuse to use scrying. That's really it because I've never used it before.
So you are able to do some scrying around Zonthal's Tower. Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah, because they're looking for more insight. You said on it, right?
Yes. So you do a scrying of Zonthal's Tower, and the tower has a little village outside of it. That village has more wizards per capita than just about anywhere else. Unfortunately, they're all apprentices. So you see lots and lots and lots of cantrips being used irresponsibly. You then see a bit of a gap between the town and a fairly large and overgrown hedge maze. In the center of a hedge maze is a tower that looks very wizardly. It doesn't quite have the big pointy wizard hat on top of it, but it's still a very wizardly tower.
Mm. Cool.
Attempts to get closer to the tower with your scrying devices are fairly handily defeated. You just go kind of boink off of a protective shell of some sort.
Like a fly just bumping against the window.
Like just a little, can't quite
Yep.
find the way out there. And yep, Alex, different module has the wizard tower with the wizard's cap on it.
I think I've played in that module part of it, and someday I hope to play in the whole one.
Soon. January-ish, maybe. Anything else we'd like to hit up there, but I will get Yaz a little more information on the scrying.
If that's as far as you can go with that, it's just kind of a brief kind of checkout. Then, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, at least there's
Yeah.
I don't know, no immediate recognition. I guess maybe there is one thing. Would Yaz recognize just from his kind of like any like any cult symbols, the
No
blues and the
cult,
reds?
no cult indications from the town.
Okay.
At least nothing obvious. No fires burning where they shouldn't be, except those blamed by, you know, irresponsible cantrip use.
Mm.
Yaz be like, "Ha, I saw that," and like close out, and then he's like, "I don't know. This looks like a community college town. Not quite a university, but because like." I don't know. I never heard of it, but I mean,
That is
like,
that is the singularly most apt description I have ever heard of that town.
A community college town.
College town.
There's some student housing apartments, but they also have some people who are like not students who are just trying to be the old guy hanging around the keg. Yeah. All right.
maybe like the people who have like the general store to actually feed the people there, but other than that, it's just kind of like there's nothing to do besides throw cantrips at each other.
Yeah.
That's it. Awesome.
Yeah.
So we will wrap up this evening. Thanks everybody for hanging out and stopping by. Please feel free to join us in the Discord and check out what we got going on there. I know there's been a bunch of RP going on in the Discord for our community campaign, which I'm looking forward to seeing how that all starts to play out. I think our next one is, we got one this Friday?
This Friday.
This
Yes.
Friday. Awesome. So lots of stuff going on there. Alex, if you see anybody raidable, please go ahead and throw us over that way. And thanks everybody for playing.
Oh, we're going to proficiency
Thank
bonus.
Yay, proficiency bonus. Bye everybody.
Proficiency bonus. Go boy.
Bye.
Bye.